The year is 1996. First-person shooters are not even a term yet. And id Software is getting ready to drop one of the biggest bombs on all of us that would change our lives and my life, quite possibly forever and ever. Welcome to the Human Interact stream, everybody. It is Friday, June 20th. Quake's anniversary is on the June 22nd of 1996, meaning that Quake is turning 22 years old in just a few days. And to get us started, I decided to go back to the beginning where we can install Quake for the first time. So this is a very special build of DOSBox that I put together that basically emulates a Pentium 60. And we're going to be able to get the full experience of what it's like to install Quake and play it for the first time. So let's go ahead and do this. So you have to remember, when this first came out, we were all hanging around on IRC, on chat, in Efnet, on the Quake channel, just waiting for this game to come out, because they had already dropped the Quake test earlier, and it was incredible. The graphics that they had, it was just like, oh, this is a test. We want to make sure it doesn't crash anybody's computer, because they were doing stuff with floating point operations that never had been done before. And this is what it's like installing a DOS game. This is what you got. They decompressed it off of it. Soundtrack by Trent Reznor. This brings back so many memories. When this first came out and we first got the CD to play this game, we were just like, holy shit, this music is so awesome. And the technology that they were demonstrating here was incredible. And yes, this is about how I remember the game running on my Pentium 60. So yeah. You guys are saying this sounds too loud, but it's 9 Inch Nails. It's supposed to be just like in your face and crazy. Hell yeah. So, Scissor.mp3, welcome to the stream. And it does set milestones for this genre. Let's go ahead and just jump right into the game. So, this game I just opened up, so I have to actually configure and customize my controls. And so everybody's wondering why I use the brackets and the arrow key and the enter to move, because to bind keys, all I had to do was just bind one key for swimming down, and then I was ready to go. Turn on always run. I don't invert the mouse, I don't need to. You can increase resolution, but most computers back then were not fast enough to run the game more than 320 by 200. So we're gonna play at the original resolution. Let's go ahead and start a new game. Grab the right mouse here. So, first thing you'll notice is the performance of the game and the blockiness of it. And what I really liked about what they did here at the beginning is, oh, this hall selects easy skill. This is the normal skill. You're not gonna run into hard mode without accidentally, without going through it. So you gotta make the jump. And oh, that was really bad. Like, I got hit by fireball. So yeah, you want to play hard mode? You better be ready, son. The other thing too is I'm moving the mouse up and down, and it's not moving the mouse look. So to turn on the crosshair, you actually had to run into the console and type commands. And now you've got a crosshair. And there was a mouse look in there, a mouse look button. but I don't remember what it was. I just typed plus M look, and now we have mouse look. Walk into the slipgate to start playing Quake. Let's go for it. So, I've played this game so many times. I've probably played this game for about 10 years, pretty consistently. So I kind of know where like everything is. I need to turn up the mouse sensitivity. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And I don't know, we waited for this game because we knew that Doom was awesome. But this game brought in a whole new generation of gamers to playing, because not only did you just play in your bedroom, you know, and just kind of played, there was a multiplayer component to this game. And Doom had multiplayer, but there were a lot of things transitioning in the industry at the time. Modems were becoming more common. People were starting to get hooked up to the internet because it's, you know, the mid-90s. And all of a sudden, we've got these operating systems. There we go, quad damage. Every time I shoot, it's gonna like shooting 4, so these guys' heads are gonna pop up pretty quickly. So now we've got these operating systems that do sound, do CD-ROM, do networking out of the box. You don't have to install these crazy drivers and type in all those commands like I did. Granted, there were a lot of people still there, so this game launched in DOS, but you could play it just fine through Windows. However, the emulator has some extra overhead, and emulating Windows 98, 95 is can be a little dicey. There is a secret in there too. That was where the quad was. So also what's great about this game was the dynamic lighting. The fact that like, oh, I'm going through places and now the lighting's changing. Which is like kind of crazy, if you think about it. I didn't hit the last switch. So if I go down here, it's like, you must push the 3 buttons. So I'm gonna actually hit all of these secrets in this as well, because I remember where all this stuff is, which is kind of crazy that I still remember this after all these years. So there's a biosuit, lets me go into the sludge without dying, and so you were like, oh man, I'm investigating. There's these arrows, like, oh, get up there. Screw that, we're gonna go over this way. Scissor said he didn't get real internet till 2006. I was really early. I remember being on AOL like in 92. Metamir, what's up? He says Doom stream. No, this is Quake stream. Happy birthday, Quake. We missed you. So this game plays CD audio if you bought a CD version. You could get a CD version shareware for like $5. And it came in one of these jewel cases like this right here. And I've got a lot of them. Happy birthday cake, nice. Oh man, I missed that. Yeah, there was no open button like Doom, you just shot stuff. It was like, man, it's so much easier. So there we go, that's a good run of that. So now, just because we won't hear this track too much, now would probably be a good time to talk about this special edition of Quake. So we will get to multiplayer, don't worry kids. But multiplayer was such a great part of this game that they started giving out prizes for people playing in tournaments. And one of the most special prizes that I ever got from playing a Quake tournament was this version of Quake, which it was a limited run that has the signatures of the developers of the game on it. So John Carmack, John Romero on there, Mike Williams, it says Donna Jackson. Can't read all of these, but they said Quake is by these people on the back of the case. So let's go ahead and open up that manual there, which slid right out of here. And by the way, this looks like something straight out of a Nine Inch Nails album, and I'm pretty sure that was that was intentional. John Carmack, Michael Abrash, who's like a big deal at Oculus, John Cash, John Romero, Sandy Peterson, American McGee, Tim Willits. These people are all legends that have designed games that you've probably heard on. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the next level. Another iconic level right here. Immediately you start out and you see there's this guy, he's walking away from you. These guys are facing away from you. And so you have this tense moment of like, do I shoot them? Do I run into them? You can get them in the back. That guy didn't hear me, so I wonder how far he walks for. Oh no, he just saw me. And this is hard mode, so there's like guys everywhere. So I'm supposed to like go over that way? Nah, screw that. I'm gonna go in the water and go to one of the secrets immediately. Secret area. In multiplayer, there's a rocket launcher in here. But for now, we're just gonna deal with the fact that there's just health. And these guys had animations instead of like Doom, where they just kind of stood still. These guys had walk cycles in terms of like, oh, I'm gonna go over this way. And you notice that little switch button right there sticking out? You bump into it. Some fun stuff happens. Find another quad damage. They like hiding these all over single player. They were pretty fun. Pop. So playing at a frame rate this low, most people would call this frame rate unplayable. But the crazy thing is that we played games like this at low frame rates, and it was okay because it's like PCs cost $2,000. And to put that into perspective, the processor equivalent that I was playing on was released in 1994. This game came out in 1996. And imagine buying something top of the line 2 years ago, and then like you get this game and you're like, what the heck? Why is this running so dang slow? Yeah, so I'm gonna grab a couple secrets here. Not sure why that's a secret area, because you can easily jump across there. Like, no big deal. And so here's actually one of my most favorite moments in the original Quake that I remember having fond memories of. So you walk into this room and you're like, okay, I'm gonna like kill all these guys, I'm gonna clear them out. And this is hard mode, so there's just like a lot of guys. But don't worry, they give you enough ammo. And then you're just like, okay. Oh, here's this button, it's lit up. I'll go ahead and I'll touch it. Oh, what's that going over there? Holy fucking shit! And then this guy's like jumping at you and running. And of course, if you're not like super quick on the draw, this thing jumping at you gives, oh, there's two of them. Shit, I might actually die here. Okay, good, I didn't die. That was close though. I gotta take hard mode a little more seriously. God. Alright, that's a lot of guys. I'm gonna say screw it! And jump through to the next level. Oh, I forgot to move this down. Alright, there we go. So, let's go ahead and move on to the next single player level. The one that you saw in that demo, but it doesn't have that cool music. I kind of wish that they would play that really hard track. That 9 Inch Nails track. Oh wow, why do they put these guys here on hard mode? This is crazy. They must have expected you to have a... top of the line at this moment that you could buy, Pentium Pro 200. And it ran the game at a pretty speedy 45 to 60 frames per second at this resolution, or you could get a pretty decent playable resolution at maybe like 512 by 384. A decent frame rate. But man, rendering those pixels, that was hard. Oh wow, they put a shambler there? Why? Alright, I don't know, maybe hard mode was a bad idea. Because I need to like spam grenades at this guy. Oh god, he's like right there. They're spawning more guys on me. Oh, he's like right over there. Jesus. I didn't realize. Ah! I'm gonna die. Okay. I need to actually bind my weapon keys really quickly here. I'll do that in between levels. Maybe I should have done easy mode. Oh my goodness. They just like drop 2 shamblers on you. Now I do remember these levels, but I don't remember playing them on hard mode because when I played single player a lot, I was probably not as good at the game as I am now. So that's another thing too. This game being as dark as it was moody, it was brooding. You were just like, this is crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and get this ring of invisibility, and we're gonna run past all these guys here because that's a lot of ammo, and I need to be saving it. I mean, look at all these guys here. Why would they do this to you? But that's okay. We'll run through, get some armor, very needed armor. Alright, that guy just saw me. I'm gonna run through. And now I'm into the next section. So another trap inside here that was pretty cool. This got me a couple times, but I'm just gonna look at that and be like, whoops! Get slapped in the face if you're not careful. And so the zombies, you can shoot them. That's what those little brown guys are going, are. You can shoot the zombies, but, oh god. I'm running out of rockets. But they come back to life. And so you gotta be careful with your rocket ammo. Let's see if I can get some rockets on those guys up there. Okay. The little stairs here to jump up. And this one was always fun for me. Hit this little switch. And then you get to play whack-a-mole with these little zombies that come out of the doors. Also, okay, so online when this game came out, they said you got gibbed, or G-I-B-B-E-D, by a monster. Oh god, those like jumpy things are kind of annoying, especially with this low frame rate. And they're like, you got G-I-B-B-E-D, so we would go to LANs and play a lot, and they'd be like, yeah, gibbed. You got gibbed. And everybody's like, yeah, it's gibbed. And then there'd be one guy there who would be like, it's jib. And then, of course, we would have the argument of, okay, well, if it's jib, then let's get some jif with our peanut butter and go do that. And turns out, it was actually jib because they said, oh, it's like giblets and gravy. That's why they say jibbed. People. Oh, here's a switch. I know how to do this. So this is coming down. Floor's coming down. You're like, I'll just shoot the switch. Wait, it's not doing anything. Oh shit, they locked me out! And then they do this to you right here. They did a lot of really fun and interesting things with the levels in this game. Oh man, there's 2 more of those little jumpy guys. Should I take them out? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Oh, and now there's a 3rd one. And then they're putting this thing down. Are they gonna... Oh, there's a little teleport for me to get back up there. Okay, good. And so this is actually rather difficult with the frame rate being this slow. Fuck that! I am not fighting that guy. They spawned a shambler right in front of me. Jesus. So yeah, let's see what's gonna go on with the next level. The great thing about the shareware version of this game is that it's not long, and you can beat it pretty quickly, and some of their best levels are in here that they made, which is pretty crazy. But that was the sharer model back in the day. They would give you a whole chunk of a game. They didn't call it a demo, they called it the sharer version. And the reason why we're gonna actually be able to play Quake together later, don't worry, if you haven't done it yet, you should be installing Quake through nquake.com. But we'll get there. But the reason why we're able to play Quake for free is that a majority of the assets that you need to play Quake are in the shareware version. So like a majority of all the weapons are in there, all the a few of the maps that you need are in there, all the enemies are in here. And so it was like you were paying just for more levels. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bind those weapons really quickly because it is getting more difficult to do this. And there was no way to bind it inside the console or inside the game. They just wanted you to use the numbers. But because the fact that they had the console up here, you could do all kinds of crazy stuff like what I'm doing right now, like create scripts and macros. And this was kind of my start into getting into game development because, I mean, when we worked at Saints Row, it's like a console. Like almost every game that you work with that's modern has a console now. Is it 8? I don't know. Yeah, it is 8. And I should do the other bracket as 8 too because Quake Champions, I will get screwed up if I don't do that. Alright, good. Nice. Alright, so now I can switch between my weapons really quickly, which is going to make things a lot easier. One of the things that was really great about this game is that the weapon switch time was instantaneous. And I don't know if that was intentional or if it was a scope reduction part on their part to be like, well, now we don't have to animate your weapon switching. Because like in Doom, there was a weapon switch time. And in Quake, no weapon switch time. Which is great for multiplayer. And even on single player, it makes it a great game too. I mean, the moments are already really tense. You don't need to have tense moments of reloading and shooting. You're always moving and shooting. There we go. Cleared out the guys. Like a newbie. I should have just ran past it. The fact that they have that animation where he falls down if you shoot him enough, that stun animation, I mean, that stuff was pretty awesome for the day. No other game had done that before. Alright, so I just needed those keys. Just killing a couple of these guys. And I believe there's a secret down here. Which is weird because it's not open. There is another one that opens up later. But you can even see like a bug there where it's like it's popping in with the visualization. Oops, running out of air. We'll go back there just in a little bit. I need to save those nails for these guys for draining them down because... Okay. I got the key. There's a guy right there ready to swing. God, they would do that. Why, oh why did I play this on hard mode? I just wanted an easy stroll through the park. So each one of these guys have different like weapons that they're not necessarily weak against, but it's like because of the way the weapons work, you want to... I'm gonna run past those guys. The way that the weapons work, there's like, oh man, I don't want to waste my ammo on some of these guys. Man, they just like throw a lot of these guys at you. I played this. Alright, so and it's like you're hitting these switches and it's telling you to hit stuff. And as you stand on them, there's firing nails at you. Which was like kind of crazy. Let's see, I think there's some guys down here. Oh, that was a bad idea. I could have really died there. So I'm hitting switches down here on these guys that I don't need to go down into. But I'm going to anyway because I A secret cave is open somewhere. Now I'm playing this like on the edge. If I die, we have to do this all over again. This whole level, so I need to be very careful. So tell you what, those guys are up there. But it said a secret cave open somewhere. And I was looking for a secret cave. Maybe I can. Hey Philng, welcome to the Human Interact stream. We are going to be playing Quake later today with some friends, so don't turn away. Because I actually do have a Quake server, a Quake World server running, which is an entirely different story. We'll get there soon. Running, and we will all be able to play. So if you haven't done it yet, you should go to nquake.com, download the client, get set up so that we can play. So I'm going to a secret exit, to a secret map. This was always the coolest thing ever, I remember, when going to this level. We were like, holy shit! And then they put in the pentagram of protection right here. I think it's the only place it's in the game. And it's like, I'm invulnerable! I can just be on these guys right in their grills! And this frame rate. We would always play deathmatch on this level. And it was always the worst. Oh, by the way, your grenades like go like straight up because gravity. Low gravity. Oh boy, I need to be super careful because I am gonna die. Low health here. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I know it's late in Europe, but hey, it's Friday. This is kind of crazy with all this madness going on here. I just want to get that health. Alright. I think I'm like almost out of ammo. I shouldn't be killing like all these guys. That's like stupid. Now, if I remember right, the rocket launcher is around here somewhere. There we go. Alright, so now that I've gotten up there, did I hit the switch? Please tell me I hit the switch. No, I didn't hit the switch. Gosh. Okay. We gotta go back up there. Me being all newbie, being like, I played this thousands of times, and then it's like, whoops, I forgot to hit the switch. Now I can shoot rockets directly at these guys. So for those of you who are not familiar with this game, there are two weapons that you really need, or you should probably run away. And that's the rocket launcher, and that's the lightning gun. I don't think we'll see too much of the lightning gun in this run, but you will see it in, you will see it when we get close. And oh, by the way, I need to turn off the aiming, the auto aim in this. Grenades, pretty scary in this. Alright, hit the switch. I hear a shambler. Why would they put a shambler up there? His effect is always really slow. That's gonna be me dying right there, actually, I think. 2 health. Can I find any health? If I jump up there, that shambler is gonna get me. Maybe I can go down here. Door is opened elsewhere. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I'm 2 health. And I'm smashed by a shambler. Oh, I know, I was doing so well. So I could be saving like in between just every little section of the level. which might not be a bad idea at this point, just because of how inconsistent this run has been. Because now I lost enough health that it's like, let's go heal up. Also, it's kind of dark to see. This game is always dark. I've debated whether or not I should turn it up so I could see better or give you the authentic experience, and I opted for the authentic experience. I mean, we went full DOS on this. We're going the slow frame rate. I just thought, yeah, you know, I might as well just go full authentic on this. Oh man, that hurt. Okay, let's do this again very quickly. Alright, and then we're just gonna rocket jump. Get all the way up here. Get this switch. Well, that sort of worked. I guess I should clear out these guys because there's so many of them. Oh, there's another pentagram right there. Okay, good. Rocket jump up here. Get me back on the ground. I don't really want to get the armor because I'll lose it all from taking all this damage. To a rocket launch down to get back on the ground. Alright, so I'm gonna lose my invulnerability, so I need to like clear it up here. Holy shit, I did it. So that's the end of the level right there. I didn't get any secrets because I didn't want to try to take on those shamblers. I wonder how many shamblers are gonna drop on me. Alright, let's be smarter about this. Oops, I missed that. I need that health to go for that jump. And that guy's right there. He trolls me like every time. I think I need to just trigger him first, like get him to come out. Oh, I got trolled by another guy up there. Gosh. Okay. There's supposed to be a teleporter you're supposed to go through to get up there, but I just rocket jump up there. Now it's gonna make me go like the way this way, which is not very nice. They keep spawning guys behind me too. Like you're running, you think everything's good, and then you turn around and then like boom, there's a guy behind you. That was embarrassing. Alright, I really need to get that yellow armor up there. So, green armor in this game absorbs, I believe, 33%. Yellow armor absorbs 50%. And red armor, super OP, absorbs 80%. They never did that again in the Quake game, because then they realized how OP that was. So now that I got the armor... See ya, guys. Get that key. Grab those. Woo! I like the fact that you can like jib these guys with just the shotgun. Man, that sword guy is like pretty rough. So these little guys down here, you can hit them with grenades from up top, which is probably like the smart thing you should be doing. And let's go ahead and do a safety save. I do like this little secret in this area right here. So, what's up, Cosmo? There's a little switch here, you jump into it, opens up this little room over here, and you're just like, oh, nice. You pretty much need to know where all the secrets are to do this game. Otherwise, it's just too hard. And also these guys block you too, which is kind of annoying. I'll just go past them. And that's the way you're supposed to get in there, I think. Nice, he got stuck on a little light. So I've got one key, but not the other. Because this level's kind of hard, you know what, I'm going to say screw it. I'm going to skip it. You can do it. The problem is my frame rate's pretty low, so I may not be able to make this jump, but we'll see. Yeah. Alright, let's not do that. Also, this level was always really interesting to me because it felt like this little maze that you were going through with all these little tricks and things in here. And the things they could do with the levels in Quake was like pretty impressive. If I get pushed down into here, it's not going to be bueno. There we go, that's the key I wanted. Now I can go down here, open up this door, open up this switch, go up this little thing that I was trying to rocket jump up to the whole time, and then... Screw that! Almost died, but I made it! What's up, Cosmo? VR Awards, they are going to be in October. Alright, so this level has also another really big skip too. I wonder if I'll actually be able to pull it off. So when I practiced this, I was like, oh, I played it on easy mode, and I played it with like a super high frame rate. And it was easy and had a high frame rate. But no, that was really difficult. So also this music was like always really creepy because of all the little whispering voices, and it's like all Trent's voice. Three guys shooting grenades at you. Another level where you're running through, it's like, oh, there's blood all over the walls. Oh, there's a trap coming after me. And then you have to get through here without dying. I'm surprised they don't just spawn more guys up here, just for the hell of it, just to screw with you. Alright, so the way has been lit that I need to go. So this area right here was in complete darkness. But not anymore. The tracks on this game are really awesome, but like after coming from the downward spiral, I was kind of like looking for something that rocked more and something less ambient. It's still really cool though, listening to it now. I mean, at this time, like the fact that there was even someone like Trent Reznor doing music for a video game was like, holy shit, this is amazing. Who's shooting at me? Alright, so now this little key's over. Oh, you son of a bitch. You would do that. That was not nice of them. You just do shit like that just to ruin your health. I'm gonna safety save here because I know that there's like a bunch of guys here. I was trying to get that armor. Uh-oh, is this a bug? Yeah, it's a bug! Oh my god, look at that. There's a save load bug. I'm in like the very first 101 mode This is the very first release of the game, so that's a saver. I mean, I can try reloading reloading it, see if it does it again. If not, I can just clip through the door, use the console. But yeah, see, the triggers for that level haven't been triggered and they're not loaded. Well, that was weird. So I'll clip through this and do it again, which is the end of the level. He's just right at the end of the level anyway. It's okay, we broke the build, and now we're back. All right, so now we are at the very end of the game. We pick up this rune here, like, oh, you're here for the rune. Holy shit! And then this guy's like coming after you, shooting stuff. But honestly, this guy is relatively easy. I think in easy mode, you only have to zap him once. In hard mode, you have to zap him 3 times. So I'm just gonna run through, hit that switch. If I was ultra swag, I would be rocket jumping on this. So there's 1 hit, and then you just gotta do that 3 times, just like a boss. Honestly, I was not very impressed with this ending when I first played it, but I was so impressed with the game overall that I like just didn't give a shit. And the fact that there was multiplayer in it, they created a Windows 95 TCP/IP wrapper so that you could run the game from Windows, use the TCP/IP drivers in there. You could just dial up because dial-up was built into Windows 95, and you didn't have to like install any weird drivers or anything. You just there we go. Ta-da! And he's dead. And this was the level we used to play in multiplayer on the shareware version because it was a good arena for shooting at each other. Glad I survived that. Just think he had 2 health left. He did it. So, the end. So all these kills come through when you like go through. They telefrag these guys out, and it's just like there's blood and guts. Oh my god, so cool.
As the corpse of the monstrous entity Shuton sings back into the lava whence it rose, you grip the rune of earth magic tightly. Now that you have conquered the dimension of the doomed realm of earth magic, you are ready to complete your task. A rune of magic power lies at the end of each haunted land of Quake. Go forth, seek the totality of the 4 runes.
That's a nice ending for the game. It's a lot cooler when you read the voice like that, but this track was the coolest thing. I just remember playing this like in the car, just like. And of course I'm like 12 at the time, so my mom's like, what is this? So yes, that is Quake. That is the shareware version of Quake. And then it just dropped you back in here. I think it gave you a little screen that's like how to order more. But just a really quick thing here is there was always easy, medium, and hard mode. And in Doom, there was Nightmare, and people were like, where's Nightmare? Where's Nightmare? Well, to do Nightmare mode, you had to run through the 4th level. You had to go through this little water thing, which that was really cool at the time. We were like, holy shit. But then you end up on top of this beam here. You go through the miraculous beam. This passage selects Nightmare skill. They said specifically, no one's gonna accidentally run into Nightmare. And they hit it. And now it selects Nightmare mode. Quake, really something that like changed my life. Because multiplayer came around and multiplayer games on modems really sucked, you brought your computers together so that you could play LANs. And the LAN party was like the local area network. It's like really nerdy, but they turned it into a party where you would bring your computer, lug your heavy CRT, and then you'd hook up and you'd play games with other people. So I'm gonna show you some pictures from the 90s of my Quake days. First picture. Right there. That's me. And a couple other guys that I played Quake a lot with. So this was at, I think it was like Land War 4. And the reason why we took these pictures is because I had just won a digital camera from a tournament there. And so like we were like, oh, the thing shoots, it's Sony Mavica, shoots on floppy disks, let's do this. It didn't have to bring film around anymore. It was pretty awesome. So those LAN parties I was talking about, like, this is it. People would just string the tables up. They would just run a bunch of cables. And there were blackouts all the time, brownouts all the time. Somebody says I look like Francisco Gonzalez. Yeah, I do. I was so 90s back then. I was 90s. I think we're all kind of 90s here in this chat. This was my Quake station. My keyboard, my mouse. I didn't even have a mouse wheel. Scroll wheel was not even a thing. But I had a zip disk because trading files. But yeah, that was a screenshot from Quake 3. And it didn't look anything like that when it launched. We played Quake in middle, you know, Windows 98, Windows 95, and went to tournaments, won stuff, and... But enough about tournaments. And the old. What has Quake been doing for the last 22 years? Where has it gone? Well, I will show you here. But let's do a little cap to this. Thank you very much for joining us. This is the Human Interact stream. We're celebrating Quake's anniversary, its birthday. I am Alexander Mejia, Creative Director at Human Interact, and you should take a look at the next video of when we play Quake Champions.